Hey, welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV. Literally just got off the plane in my casual Bish's t-shirt, not the fancy blue collar shirt you used to see me on. We are down here today in Texas at the Jayco homecoming event where we're getting to see all the new stuff. What we're gonna do today is make a fast flyby through a bunch of these new 2026 Jayco travel trailers. I'm gonna get you just some quick sneak peek footage of these to give you a little bit of an appetizer of a whole bunch of different things, like an RV app sampler. And I need you to let me know which of these RVs you like the most and would like me to get some full video tours on. Now, I'm not even sure what's here. I literally just walked in the door, so you're going to kind of get to see the same things that I'm seeing, and I'm standing right next to the J-Flight, so let's kick this thing off. By the way, real quick, before we get going, in case you're wondering, yes, I'll make another video like this for the fifth wheels. If I get a chance, I'll do one for the motorized. Just depends on how much time I have. Also, I'll chapter mark the crap out of this video so you can jump back to the one you want to see, or if you want to share to somebody, go to the 32 blah, 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 blah one, because, you know, the alphabet soup of this business just makes you... All right, so kicking us off here, I think the general message that I kind of got from Jayco this season was they're not trying to be different, just better. And what I mean by that is they're not necessarily trying to come out of the box with the world's most insane-o, you've never seen it before kind of floor plans. They're trying to do what they do and do it very well. They're trying to have better assembly, you know, fewer warranty flaws. And the trends that I've seen post-COVID truly line up with that. Now, this floor plan I want to start you off with to kind of drive that point home, because this actually came out last year. Didn't change a whole awful lot, but this is a fantastic model for solo or couples campers if you know one another in like the biblical sense, if you know what I mean, since you got to crawl over one another at night to get in and out of that bed right there. This is your basic J-Flight SLX series. Like, you have a choice between a side mount air and a roof air, but overall, it's a pretty straightforward in the pocket. They didn't deviate from the plan too awful much kind of camper. Technically moving a step down in the family, we come to the J-Flight Sport models right here. The first one I want to look at is the 170. This actually technically kind of came out late last year, but originally the Bunkhouse Sport model came out, and it's bare bones, basic. Like, think of it, if you think about like trim packages in a car, this is the basic trim package. This is the one that maybe has Bluetooth stereo and cruise control. It's not the one that has like lane keep assist and all the other fancy crap like automatic wipers. That's not what this one is. This is straightforward in the pocket, only does what it needs to do and nothing else. But it can do that for one or two people instead of a family or a bunkhouse model. And sometimes people will say, well, you could use the bunks as storage. Yeah, but it's just not, you could use a table knife as a screwdriver, but that doesn't mean that it works best that way, you know what I mean? This new 178 though, I think this is gonna be very popular in my estimation. Again, I'm doing a little bit of quick view wide angle stuff on some of these things, and then I'll give you some normal straight eye view after this, but to give you just a quick fast flyby overview. And again, remember, I need to kind of hear from everybody. I need to know what models you'd like to see in that full depth and detail. This is essentially the little brother to the 197, but there's parts of this that I like a little bit better. The only thing I personally don't care for here is just that smaller refrigerator, but the storage this thing gets, and it's a small, light, affordable family camper that gives you amazing storage, plenty of sleeping space, and just enough room to get through on a rainy day. This new 245 is also one I'm very glad to see. We're jumping back up into your tandem axle J-Flights now. This is basically the rebirth of the old J-Flight 242, which maybe that means nothing to you, but it was essentially this kind of floor plan, but it was not this good. You've got those 600-pound rated bunks. They put the entertainment straight across from the seating. I think you can even get a sofa instead of the dinette if you are so inclined. The fact that they built this mega pantry and then built it into the slide, not only does it give you huge storage, but it gets it off the floor plan and it opens everything up. And that makes the RV look and feel big. But then things like the taller ceiling in here, 3 inches taller than industry standard, that does not offend me, especially when I start standing up in the shower. It's also a big true U dinette. Now up front here, the dual sliding pocket doors also make the camper feel big, but that's a true queen bed. They didn't try to get cute or silly by going with little princess camp queen. Jayco's understanding here, and what I'm seeing is the new models that they're building seem to be built with true queen beds, and this one right here is no exception. Now you might notice how we've changed over to fiberglass. We have not changed away from a J Flight. That is part of the optional Elite package that they have now come out with. There's like 7 or 8 different parts of the Elite package. The fiberglass is the biggest, most obvious one, but you also pick up things like aluminum rims, and basically any tandem axle J Flight, as far as I know, can be outfitted in their Elite package if you want to kind of bump it up, bulk it up, and make her a little fancy dancy. Now this thing comes in at like, I think like 30 foot 1 inch or something like that, but basically this is 30 foot, private true queen bedroom, big super slide, taller ceiling, you know, large bathroom in the back, really good storage as well. I think this is going to be a very popular model. You see it can be outfitted with a second air. Those kind of look like non-ducted airs. They actually are ducted. I will say though, I've been in them while they're running. They are freaking loud, but they keep the camper cool. So, you know, there's a trade-off. When you're in a more budget-sensitive space like this, you don't get some of those super quiet airs. Now, this new model right here, this reminds me most of a Grey Wolf 29 TE, and they even flat copied that double-door fridge and freezer back here, which I thought is very, very cool. You know, now, in all of your, like, Super Slide J Flights, the last one you saw, a jackknife sofa, you have a choice of hide-a-bed, theater seat, instead of the jackknife, like you saw a theater seat installed in this one right here. The taller ceiling is great. The radius shower might be a little bit of an elbow bonk for some people, but what's interesting about this, as compared to your traditional bunkhouses, this gives you a shower next to the front bedroom instead of a bathtub next to the rear. This floor plan is probably the one I'm most excited about, though. The 24 FK J Feather. For those who are regular watchers of this channel, you might recognize the layout as being essentially the Rockwood 2516. And if you don't know what that is, this is about 26-7 foot tip to tail with a huge front kitchen with massive counter space. They actually do have a full outside pass-through. You have your choice of booth, theater seat, or hide-a-bed, whichever you'd prefer. And you have a full 60 by 80 true queen bed slide in the back of this thing. So you have a living room slide and a bedroom slide all wrapped up into something that is potentially half-ton towable, although you do need to watch the hitch weight on this one. Now, when I get into my full videos, I'll get you all those extra weights and measures and details. You can contact our team in the meantime, and we can always assist you with that. But even at that size, the capacity for double air is kind of wild. Now, you might have remembered the J Feather Micro series if you've been watching Jayco's for a while. This used to be called the 199 J Feather Micro, which was a 7.5 foot wide camper. This is now, all J Feather Micros are now J Feather Airs. Really, the biggest difference is that they're now 8 foot wide. Beyond that, not a whole lot else has changed. They're about the same weight, but they're actually a little bit lower cost because of 8 foot wide standardized production. It's actually cheaper than going narrow body. But like that collapsing ladder right there for the bunks, people ask me all the time, like, what's the part number on that? I don't have a list of part numbers, but I just know that thing's really cool. But our parts teams can assist you with stuff like that. So still the mini camp kitchen, still the same camper you've always loved. They have just changed the name from micro to air, and now it's 6 inches wider. It's a 2-bench dinette instead of a U-dinette, but that doesn't bother me personally. This one came out last year, pretty darn popular. This is the J Feather 27 MK. What we are looking at here is also the optional Premier package. You upgrade to auto leveling, the full nose cap, solid surface countertops, and a few other odds and ends. I was sad to see that they discontinued that big super slide super sofa, but the sofa dinette arrangement, or you could get a table and chairs, or, you know, whichever sofa you prefer. But this little mini desk station back here, it's just enough for some people. Now, if I was going to spend some serious desk time back there, I'd want more than just a padded ottoman to set my bony butt on, but the total counter space in this is excellent. You've got a power televator giving you campsite window coverage or smart TV viewing whenever you happen to be ready. Again, you can get this outfitted with multiple air conditioners. These are not extra tall inside like the J Flights are, so if you're bigger like me, you're going to have a little headroom challenge in the shower, but notice that's a king bed. You have the opportunity now to go a true queen or an RV king bed. You don't have side hanging wardrobe towers though, but you do have that extra closet. 2 new Eagle travel trailer floor plans here. I love that Eagle's starting to dive more into this 30 foot and less space. I am really glad to see that. Eagle is going to be where you graduate up from a J Feather, basically. You start getting like, you know, standard auto leveling. You have 7-foot ceilings in this thing, just bigger, taller, all the way around. Now, same general type of cabinetry and same general construction as an Eagle, or pardon me, as a Jay Feather, just bigger. And you'll start to get some of those cutesy kind of things where I guess the half booth, half table and chairs, those kind of deals. But they have now standardized Olympic queen beds in these. And if you're not familiar with that phrase, that is a real thing. That's not one of my stupid nerdisms. It's a 66 by 80 bed. And the reason I think that's cool is you can still walk around it, but it gives you more space to lay down. And it's a normal residential size, where if you want to get a replacement mattress or sheets, you can get things that actually fit it. And this reminds me so much of like a diesel pusher bathroom in the back, it's not even funny. Now the final one right here is another model that might look a little bit familiar from maybe say like the Rockwood catalog. And that, again, Jayco's goal is to not be different. Their goal is they feel that maybe they can do it better, like the crazy awning space on this, the auto leveling, the taller ceilings. You know, every brand has their positives, negatives. This floor plan, it feels borderline controversial to me for some people. This is a floor plan for people who say, like a good neighbor, stay over there. This is not a camper for having people over and entertaining them for an extended period of time. This is for 1 or 2 people who just want their own quiet, comfortable getaway and kind of don't want guests. You might notice that we don't have a dinette or something that folds down. I think you might be able to get a hide-a-bed if you really wanted to, but you've got that Olympic Queen bed suite in the middle with a full bathroom ensuite, and that big upper right closet you're looking at right there, that is prepped for a combo washer dryer. The bathroom in the back of this thing is also absolutely enormous, and there's that goofy nerd ball standing up in the mirror footage there again. Let me know what you think of this one, guys. So there's a bunch of trailers for you. Next up, I'm going to be doing the same thing for the fifth wheels and toy hauler. So if you're curious, stay tuned or look for that video depending on when you watch this thing. I don't know. And again, I've already got some full 26 videos of these out there, but there's more RVs out there than I can possibly get to in a year. So I need to hear from you. Which ones do you want me to get in their full nitty-gritty detail, and which ones are you like, no, I'm good. And if you appreciate how we get down here and visit the great state of Texas to check all this stuff out, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. And if you listen really closely, have you ever noticed how the sparker knobs play a song? Listen to this. This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock a rhyme that's right on time.